All right, we're going right into the game. All 8 players in the lobby. We got Nadeshot, Proofy, Clayster, and Scump playing for OpTic Gaming on the opposite side of the map. Let's go to them. We got Burns off playing with Mochila, Enable, and Tipsy. It's the Cinderella story here for Curse Black. Can they keep it up? Burns running that Vector with the hybrid scope. Scott, I know you love this gun.
Burns is the guy who introduced this to me. Yesterday he was like, "Oh, this is the secret GOAT gun," and I was like, "Okay." So today we didn't really see it get put to use too well. Doubt got 3-0'd pretty quickly with it. So see if he can get some better luck here, though.
Burns off the break on a ridiculous flank here to A. What is the game plan from Curse Black?
Well, he's got 2 options here. He can either try to put pressure in neutral A, or he can come up like he's doing now, which is come up behind the entire team and get some easy pickings on B. But instead, the timing there, a spawner ends up coming through right then and taking him out. But that was just 4 down for OpTic. So Enable and crew going to be able to take B control, coupled with C. They will have the first 2 cap, and we'll see if they can hold this for any length of time.
Enable switching over to that farther scope, won't be able to connect. Now switching to Tipsy. Tipsy with the Vector. All 3 members of OpTic jumping in front of him. Burns, last man in the middle, gets the double. Can he keep it rolling? He cannot. It's Clayster and Scump breaking through.
Oh, Mochila with a huge 2-piece, though, and that's going to help them out. And now it's Enable's turn, and he's just going to get cleaned right up. So Curse is really trying to just throw bodies here at this B flag, and I don't know if it's going to work out for him.
It did work. I mean, OpTic had it. Nadeshot picks up the double, and Curse has it for the moment. OpTic Gaming's got to get them off Enable on a 6-point spree, trying to lock down this Humvee side.
Yeah, and I guess that's coupled with a couple of captures. You know, 6-point spree, 2 captures and 4 kills. So he's been doing a lot of work here lately. But he is able to pick up an assist there. We're getting down towards the 3-minute mark, and they have extended this lead out to 8. They still have the 2-cap control as Enable picks off ahead there.
He's on a 5 spree.
He's got some nice reaction times here. Yeah, that was 6. It went back down to 5.
Yeah, I was trying to do the math and see how he got to a 6 spree. Now he jumped from a 5 to a 7 spree.
What is happening?
Anyway.
What is that?
I don't know. There's some tomfoolery going on with the streaks here currently for Enable, but he is able to pick up a call on, or a kill on B. He will get that lockdown. He's back down to a 6 spree. There's some magic happening here.
Meanwhile, I am watching Mochila do work on this left side, and honestly, just looking at kind of the setup of this team, you have Tipsy and Burns running the Vectors with the 2 ARs in the hands of Enable Mochila. I think this is a fantastic setup for a map like Octane.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, ideally, you would want to see, Enable kind of over there in the broken Humvees, like where he was. But, getting in this position, oh my God, 3 members of OpTic hop on B, and this is either going to be insanely good or insanely bad, and it's insanely bad.
They all got wiped out. But Enable still, despite with the fluky streaks here, is still, I don't think he's died yet. As he's rotating back around here, he's going to have a couple in front of him, but he will go down. And just give us an idea here, Puckett, what you're trying to look at. Maybe we can take a look at OpTic as they try
I was with you on Enable. Now I'm on Burns, and Burns kind of switching over to that thermal scope. Actually makes the Vector look like a viable option here on B.
Yeah, it didn't honestly look bad, man. I just watched it, and I was like, oh, okay, that's what we get to see. But just like this, final 90 seconds here, it looks like OpTic's trying to show a little bit of life here as Enable's going to be taken out. And really, as you look at it from a slaying department, it's not too bad in Curse Black's favor, but OpTic just can't do any of the objectives.
I'm just so curious. I hate to be distracted by this, but even through deaths, Enable's carrying some sort of streak. I just wonder if he has the perks coupled with it. I've never seen this before, but just
I think
like
that's just a random glitch.
Yeah, I think so too. But they are up to, what is it here? Getting 25 point lead right now. 25. So big, strong effort here out of Curse Black on this first side, as it's been all Curse Black all day here at the beginning.
Enable with 4 captures, most of them here at B, constantly jumping on that flag with Burns. And, the one thing I think you can learn from OpTic Gaming is, this Curse Black squad is using a lot of smokes, all 4 members equipped with thermals whenever they need it.
Yeah, that's kind of been standard for a while, is just thermals on this map, unless you're running an aggressive lightweight sub to kind of neutral the A flag. But Curse Black wants nothing to do with neutraling their home flag. They want them to basically keep going for B because they just keep throwing bodies at it.
Yeah, they might finally take B here, OpTic, unless Tipsy shuts it down. They did actually get it, so unfortunately, it was with under 10 seconds to play, so they're not going to get many ticks out of this at all. 1 or 2 here, and the lead is going to stand at, what is that, 32 on the first side, I believe.
32.
So,
Healthy.
wow, I mean, is apparently dominating dominating EG like that was no fluke as they continue
Look at that
to play
knife.
really well here against OpTic Gaming inside 1.
That was a Halo 2 sword lunge.
And that wasn't like a blowout in terms of kills either. I just felt like this was a cohesive unit that was constantly flinging themselves at their opponent, catching them off guard, overwhelming them. I love this play style here from Curse Black. If you look at the stats, only 5 captures from OpTic Gaming for Curse Black. You had at least 10. So,
yeah, and like you said, the slang, I think it was only, what, a difference of like 6, maybe? 2... Yeah, I think it was like 6 or 7 kills and a ton more caps. So yeah, they just played kind of a faster paced game and were able to keep flipping those. Any ground that OpTic kind of built up was immediately kind of flipped in the favor of Curse Black.
And it's going to be interesting to see what OpTic does now since they are going to be on the good side here of domination. I wonder if they'll be able to hold it or not and see if this Vector with a thermal scope is just a one-time thing.
Yeah, a lot of this is going to come down, I think, Chris, to the flip here. If they can get back in control of the strong side, and because we've seen OpTic when they had, what was it against OpTic? Who they play against?
FaZe Red.
Yeah, it was FaZe Red.
17-point advantage is overtaken real easily.
Yeah, that's right. They ended up winning by what? It was like 34 or 36 or something on the second half once they actually got set up. So they definitely can come back from this, but it's really going to be the pressure's kind of on Curse Black here, despite the lead, to try and get a flip here early.
Yep.
Looking through, no thermals except for Clayster. On the other side, all 4 again. Actually, Tipsy switching straight up to the red dot with his Vector, but he does have the double smoke ready to toss to the middle of the map.
Yeah, that's basically going to be his job. Since he's not going to run the thermal, his job now is to throw smokes for his team. So he's going to be very, very fast. He's going to be in this action immediately.
We have trophy systems and 2 Semtexes for Curse. On the other side, it looks like just a single Semtex from Scumpy. Everyone else, that's Proofy. Everyone else is Super Soldier. Who's your player to watch off the break?
I'm actually on board with Tipsy, to be honest.
Tipsy. Let's see where these smokes go. First one out in the middle, second one right behind it, over towards the Humvees a little bit more. And Burns, with that trophy, is down. Grenades will not touch them. It's all about the gun skill, and Mochila doing damage from the top window already, but Burns unable to capture B.
Man, right now, Curse, they sent a guy top motel with an AR, and then they sent Enable over to the right side of things, and his job is just kind of pushing up here just inch by inch. And OpTic Gaming, no real sense of urgency yet. A minute in, they're still only down by 30, but that's they're going to have that talk soon.
I'm watching Mochila, and he was just doing work. Now over to Enable, like you said, Scott. Gotta love his positioning. You can just watch anyone trying to run across that center.
Yeah, I think him and Mochila basically wiped out the entire side of OpTic, so they're all spawning and flooding out of their side now. Enable does finally get cleaned up, but the B control, again, is going to go early here to Curse Black. Now we just got to see if there's a different change of pace here, and OpTic's actually able to overtake this, as they really had a tough time with it once Curse Black got set up.
Burns getting a headshot in the middle. Now Tipsy trying to clear B. Big kill there from Proof. He's going to keep B alive. OpTic will take it. Mochila has to play base defense at A. And now with OpTic, with mid-map control, you got to figure out how do you take off Clayster from top pawn.
That's what's going to be tough. And they're all right now stuck in motel. So Clayster should be able to just destroy everyone. But as we all know, there's times where people just feel the rhythm and they can just snipe them out of that spot.
But this is what we were kind of waiting to see, is once this setup happens for OpTic Gaming, can they lock it down like they did against FaZe Red? And if that's what they're able to do, I mean, this is going to be a blowout second side and a huge comeback for them, but we'll have to watch and see how it plays out.
Clay ignoring the player in the middle, trust in Scumpy to clean that up. Nice communication and trust here from OpTic Gaming. Clay, from this power position, I mean, the only reason he's going to have to get down is he's out of ammo in the next 8 bullets.
Yep, and then once that happens, that's when Curse Black will be able to make their push, and now here we go. But Proofy, this sneaky little kitty cat here, is actually going all the way over here to A, to try to neutral it, but he does have one guy from Curse Black coming back.
Nadeshot with a big win on B will keep control as well for OpTic Gaming, so that score still counting up in favor of OpTic, 43-32 on the second side, but a big disadvantage coming in from side one.
Whew.
Yeah, what did it end up being? Was it 32?
30.
Yeah, 32. So this is certainly winnable, as they really haven't had any trouble holding this since they got the CB setup. It's going similar to the first side, just in flip here and reverse, really, for the teams. And yeah, their big advantage, when they got Clay top pawn, they tried to make a break for it, but great job by OpTic kind of holding it down. And they just can't get anything going. They can't really get out of Motel right now, as OpTic just has the entire map locked down.
Yeah, well, Tipsy got a big two-piece, too, so this should mount a little bit of a comeback here as Burns will jump in here, but I'm surprised they didn't try to throw smokes and just roll with it, you know? Like, then normally that's, like, book one. It's just like, okay, throw smokes, get out of there.
Yeah.
One player still over at A. That is going to be, is it Proofy again? No, Nadeshot on A, forcing them to come back, and Tipsy's going to try and hunt that down. Meanwhile, you see the two-stack on B. Big kill from Nadeshot. He's going to be able to get the full A secure. 4 down for Curse. Just a moment, and the spawn right behind him by Enable. Sucks for Nadeshot there.
Yeah, that was a tough break, and B is actually ended up being neutral, but as you look at the score here, final 60 seconds, this is very, very scary for Curse Black. I mean, their lead's basically done.
Yeah, and basically during this scramble, they need to get pressure on B, which they're doing. They can't allow OpTic to get set up again because they were just getting absolutely destroyed. Tipsy's able to get across Mbap, pick up 2 big kills. So that's huge. This might actually be the icing. Again, they might actually have complete control here. With B, as they flood across, OpTic's got to get something done, and something done in a hurry.
So we got Mochila over on C. That's going to neutralize B. No points are being picked up there either. OpTic Gaming has to send one back to take care of Mochila. Not in time. That is going to be a Curse flag. Domination here from Curse Black, looking so strong.
Yeah, that was, I mean, it was scary there for a while. I was thinking to myself, wow, you know, Curse Black really, 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 you know, just crapped out on themselves. Like, that was bad. And then all of a sudden, the last 70 seconds, they turned up.
Yeah, I think, what was it? I think the lead combined with the first round got as close, I think, about 10 points there, Chris. But then when all hell kind of broke loose and there was kind of that battle over mid-map, once OpTic lost a little bit of control, they took big advantage. Tipsy kind of got in by gas, picked up a couple kills. And then it was also a really nice play by Mochila, I think, which was the guy that neutralized their home flag. So all around, just a really good job down the road, kind of getting that taken care of. And it got a little bit scary there from the pressure from OpTic.
Now, I stayed on board with Scump towards the end, even though OpTic had lost game number 1. I saw that Scumpy started to connect on those shots. So look out for him to have a strong comeback game number 2. Proofy held 6-11. Clayster started off strong, finished 9-7. On the other side, once again, the slang not amazing from Curse Black, but they know how to play their positions and when to jump on the objectives. Mochila +4, +1 from Enable, negative out of Burns off and Tipsy. Weird
but
stuff.
That's huge. I mean, I'm guessing that should have been host for OpTic, right? I mean, they have
maybe.
I got the invite from Nadeshot, so
yeah. So that's OpTic's host, and Curse Black just stole that game 1 on OpTic's host. They're in trouble. I mean, it's looking a lot more like the 3-0 that you said from Curse Black.
Well, based on the fact that we haven't switched out yet either, that means they should be hosting the Search and Destroy, which should be coming up relatively soon. So they might have their two hosts in a row and then pick the last Search and Destroy, which is
yeah, we'll have to see how it
dangerous.
plays out.
All right, guys, so one step closer to $5,800 for Curse Black. OpTic Gaming trying to bounce back. Search and Destroy is coming up after this.